Signal is acquired. Unmuting your mics. Josh, we're going to you in 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, sports fans? It's your boy Josh Williams back again with another episode of the American Fan 365. Thank you to my man George C. back here bringing us into the Jazz Lounge. I don't know what that was.
That was a little flute. Yeah, hell yeah.
That was a surprise to all of us. So, but I just want to welcome you guys to another episode. I am, of course, here with my beautiful co-host, Miss Rosine, the front row. Ro, you are on cloud nine, girl. I'll give you your minute. Go ahead.
Happy Monday. Go Big Blue. What a fucking game. I mean, you can imagine I'm ecstatic. We went from, 4 games total last year to now going into the divisional round.
With everything to play for.
With everything to play for. I mean, yesterday was euphoric for me. I'm so happy. I woke up with a smile on my face. I was beyond ecstatic. And what made it even better was I was at a Giants bar in Las Vegas. They have like a little Giants gathering at the Wildfire Casino. And I had a certain Commanders fan join me, which showed me all the love, and who all the Giants fans there loved as well. So you were there to see me in all my Giants glory.
We have a clip of that, but we'll get to that. I'm not skipping George ahead. We've got some clips of Ro and all of her rawness.
Just reel me back. Go ahead. All right.
But I mean, great time. It actually it's the Vegas New York Giants fans is the name of the group. Ro found them a few weeks ago and had a great time with them. Had probably about 80 people there, 80 Giants fans there. It was insane. So had a great time.
Such a good vibe. I mean, we really wanted it, and I've been and it's funny because I got emotional for a different reason. My mom passed away a few months ago, and I've been making jokes because my mom is exactly like me. And I used to make her. She has actually pray a rosary for me when there was a big game. And I was making jokes yesterday that my mom is up there cutting side deals for me, and I know she is.
She's making it happen. She's tugging on Jesus' coat.
Sonia dragged God into the watch room, made him smoke a Marlboro Red unfiltered, and made the Giants win.
I'm so done. So done. Well, Ro, it was a wild card weekend. No lead was safe, and your ticket means nothing. Not a thing.
Not a thing. I mean, I still have a parlay that's good. I'm just waiting on the black Kirk Cousins tonight. And I think actually Georgie, when I texted Josh and Georgie my parlay, I had the Giants, Bengals, Bills, who else did I have? Tampa Bay and one other team. Anyways, Georgie was like, Ro, take your heart out of it, just bet a 3-leg. And no, I left it in. But no team was safe. I was very surprised. I mean, I'm not going to jump ahead, but that's the beauty about playoff football. It's a completely different animal. I mean, there's no bet that's safe, right?
You have to finish the game. And the first game that we're going to talk about is the Jaguars and the Chargers. Of course, oh man. Let's start it with this picture right here. Bill Clinton was rolling along just fine, and then Monica Lewinsky came and just ruined everything.
Because it was her fault, single-handedly. She put his dick in her mouth, right?
I threw her that softball pitch. I love that she took that over the fence and left.
She forced him.
She forced it. It was
a forcible blowjob.
Did you not to get off topic?
Did ever blow Bill Clinton? No.
No, not that. Not that. Did you ever did you see that most recent show? I forget, it was impeachment and all that other stuff. I forget what it was. It was on FX?
No.
Oh, go back and watch it. It was really good. They did a good job.
No.
But 27-0, 5 first half turnovers. 5. Mm-hmm. 2 in their own territory.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no reason that the Chargers lost this game Absolutely none. I was telling Chase in the back, who's our resident Chargers fan. I was telling him, I was like, look, like I left the bar. Shout out to one of our fans. We've got a few fanatics. I'm gonna start calling our fans the fanatics because that's what fan is short for. Sorry, I'm mansplaining. Ro's gonna get on me for that.
Hey,
later.
George, can you tell me what niche?
Shut up!
I was literally going to throw it in today. I was like, how many times can I throw the word niche into this episode?
It's an inside joke.
Oh,
Georgie was
God.
trying to thought I didn't know what niche meant, so he leaned in to explain it to me last week. He said it spelled like Nikki.
No, that was the funniest part though. It was Nikki with an E. But
That's good.
but yeah, like I had a Madden playoff game, so I didn't see the entire second half. This game's over. I came back and my parlay was ruined. Game 1 parlay ruined.
Like 11-11. Right off the rip, huh?
Ruined.
Well, I had the Jaguars winning it, but I mean, so I actually, during the half, I was texting a friend of mine in New York. No, actually, I think we were FaceTiming. I'm like, throw some money on the Jags right now. And at that juncture, they were minus 7,000. So, I mean, he took my advice because he's a smart guy.
Most smart men do.
And, that was a nice little, I never thought, that was just gravy. But that's the thing. Nobody's safe. And this is what I say about any playoffs, whether it's the NBA, whether it's the NFL. It exposes the frauds. It exposes who really should be there and who doesn't deserve to be there. I'm just going to leave it like this.
We're going to get to that game. Also, 25-point run after a horrible, like so the Niners and the Seahawks, of course they have, they have, it's a divisional rivalry. Seahawks have probably had the better of it the last, I'd say, 5-6 years since we were talking to, since we're talking Russell Wilson and all that good stuff. But yesterday's game, it was 17-16. That game was tight.
Yep.
It was Brock Purdy was looking okay, but it's playoffs. It gets a little different.
It was tighter than Frog's ass. That's I mean.
But there was a play with Deebo Samuel coming back from that ankle and knee injury that he had, and the Seahawks players did some dirty stuff. George, you have that clip?
Seattle Seahawks. Here it is.
The P-Hawks.
The P-Hawks. Oh my goodness. Absolute mess. But the clip, as George is pulling it up, the Seahawks players actually start pulling on the bad leg because, obviously which leg is injured. And they start pulling on his leg to potentially re-injure it. And here it is. Here it is right here. Like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to hold your leg and I'm going to grab your leg and twist it. Debo's like, what's going on?
That's such a shitty thing to do. And this is why a lot of times when players are injured, they don't disclose the extent of their injury or if they're injured at all. I mean, I still have a theory that Victor Cruz, he sat most of that last season out, and it was supposedly due to, I believe at that point it was like a shoulder. Yeah. But I think the extent of it was a lot worse. He just didn't want to say it was, but for whatever reason, and this is a big part of it because a lot of desperate teams will do that.
What they got to do.
Well, and if you have somebody on the team that's like, it's his last year, he's a veteran, he has a chip on his shoulder. I mean, he's going to be like, fucking take me out. I don't know, you're going to eject me? All right, eject me, but my team will win. And so that is disgusting.
After that play, 25-0 run, they completely blow them out, and that essentially ends the game.
Well, right. And I want to say really quick, even with that injury, Deebo Samuel put on a clinic for a run game. I mean, it was a ground game most of the time between him and CMC. They were astonishing. They did great. I was really happy that the 49ers won, and good for them. And those P-Hawks, you get your comma. I can't take Pete Carroll chewing like enough of the fucking gum. You're like 90.
Hey, that man's got strong jaws. The Seahawks, now we can talk about it because their season's over. What do they do with the 5th pick? Because remember, they got the 5th pick in the Russell Wilson trade. Do they need to go get a quarterback? Geno did not have a great game. He had a good season. I wouldn't say an elite season. If you have an opportunity to go get one of the top tier quarterbacks, even if it is just to bring them along and just so you have something on the roster.
I don't respect anybody that got their jaw broken in the Jets locker room. So you're asking the wrong person. That aside, I will say if Geno Smith was younger, I'd say see how he does and possibly build around him. Maybe if he was like, and I'm not saying this like in a shitty way, but if he was 10 years younger, I'd say maybe you try and build around that talent, right?
Yeah, sure, because he's 10 years younger.
Yeah, because I mean, I ate shit with I happily ate shit with Daniel Jones because I think if you have the right set of people around you and the right chemistry, you can do big things. I just think he's a little long in the tooth right now to build around.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The Bills hold off a scrappy effort from their divisional opponent, the Miami Dolphins, winning 34-31.
I could not believe that game. I was like, what? That should have been a no-brainer. And you had Miami Mike over there vaping. Like, what was he doing? Like, you couldn't...
He definitely was. I'm glad I'll pull that up.
Yeah, he was over there. First of all, he looks like somebody's nerdy little brother that like got left in charge of his dad's business for a week while the dad was away. And I can't with him. And he couldn't get the play calls off in time. Well, put the vape down, homeboy. I'm like, what are you doing?
Here we go. Here. Oh, George, quick with it.
Hey, no, because me as a resident vapor, I know, bro.
Look.
Hold on. It's that little chin move. It's that little like, let me hide it for a second, and then puff down that shit, dude.
He looks like Fievel Mouskowitz.
Oh shit! I realized the camera was on me the whole time.
No, you're good. You're good. No, but I mean, man, I'm still trying to. Okay, he looks a little bit more black here today.
It shouldn't have been that close. This game should not have even been remotely close.
It shouldn't have been, but like I said,
it's playoff football.
But not only just playoffs, but this is our third time seeing each other this season.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so, like, how many new plays can you show? What haven't you already shown that we haven't seen? Like, it's the ultimate chess match, I think.
My favorite thing to see so far this season, aside from the Giants winning this past game, was the ring around the rosy that the Kansas City Chiefs did.
Last week in when
Oakland. They were playing with their food.
They were 1,000% playing with their food, for sure. For sure. All right. Oh. You see, I'm wearing my Deion Sanders primetime Baltimore Ravens jersey because the Ravens, they had the game by the bootstraps, bro. The game was, It wasn't won, but the Bengals did not look good.
And what happened, Josh?
They got too cute. You get too cute. How are you going to run a QB sneak from the 2-yard line?
How as a QB, are you going to fumble that QB sneak at the 2-yard line?
No, that happens because that happens even at the 1. No, like we've seen that happen at the 1.
I know Lamar Jackson was like, I didn't lose, y'all lost.
But the reports at the game that Lamar didn't even come to the game.
Well, I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, he didn't even go. He wasn't there.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he wasn't there. He didn't show up yesterday. So then there's
I don't know her.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But and it was interesting. RG3. So I was showing wrote yesterday. RG3 posted yesterday a picture of him tearing his ACL in the wild card weekend with the Redskins. This is in 2012 when he was setting the world on fire. And in the caption said, "This is why you don't just put a brace on it." Because Lamar with the strained ligaments, because remember, RG3, Haloti Ngata ruined his life, sprained his LCL. He was out for 4 weeks. We're gonna talk about that in the next game as well. But comes back, tears his ACL, and he's like, if I would have sat out and not played and really healed, his whole career changes. Everything changes.
Yeah.
Everything. Like, we could still be talking about RG3 because that's only been 10 years. Russell Wilson's still in the league. You know what I mean?
RG3, I don't care if he was completely healthy. He's still corny as hell.
Hey, the way you talk about Eli with me, don't you be besmirching my good RG3. That's my boy.
Do not besmirch the good name of RG3.
That's right. Don't you do it.
Let's ask what his ex-girlfriend feels.
Ex-wife.
Ex-girlfriend. That's right, the wife.
He's had like 2 ex-wives.
So you see, Eli's a one-woman man.
Oh, well.
That's daddy right there.
Well, but yeah, so.
But you see, that also goes to show me that you could have said whatever you wanted about Lamar during the season. This is what happens when you wait somebody out, when you try to put the pressure on him. I'm still convinced that Dak got the only reason he got the contract that he did was because of the quarterback market being so slim and Jerry Jones waiting till the last second. But Lamar Jackson, now that's somebody you build around. That's somebody you put in the right team. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, I think if you switched out Russell Wilson and you put Lamar in with Denver and a better coach, of course, you're really cooking now. I think he's phenomenally talented. Yes, he's injury prone, but he's a mobile quarterback. When he's on, he's accurate as hell. He reads the defense very quickly, and he'll run right through you too. So, I mean, I don't feel bad for the Ravens. I feel like they made their bed, and Lamar Jackson didn't check into the hotel that night to sleep in it, and so there you go.
Did not show up. George, if you could show the clip of the fumble yesterday, because the game, like I said, the game was won, but they ended up going the other way. Let's see. It was a 17-17 game right here. 17-17. Huntley fumbles at the goal line, picks it up. Shout out to Mark Andrews. Watch Mark Andrews give everything. That man had a stroke on the next drive.
He left it all on the field.
He didn't go down. You know what I mean? Like, and then also this player, I forget, I think it was Hubbard. Hubbard, he also probably fell out after this play as well, because that's about as far as he's ever ran his entire career.
I was going to say, how do you guys feel about the players getting oxygen after running a 100-yard sprint? Because, the reason I say this is because, at the end of a 2-mile race in the Olympics, these guys don't get oxygen.
This isn't the Olympics, though, and everybody's allowed to do it. So
well, wait, and on top of that too, George, they also aren't getting hit in the chest and having to wear pads.
They're not. They don't have a 300-pound monster rushing at them.
There's no fear of death.
If I'm running hurdles, I'm not concerned.
I would want oxygen after I sprinted a mile race in the Olympics. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying fair. He doesn't deserve the oxygen.
Okay.
But I'm just saying let's give the oxygen where it's needed.
They're also racehorses. Those people they're trained to run. I'm trained to kill.
Okay. If you're in the NFL, though, you should be able to run a 100-yard sprint at any point in time and not have to get oxygen.
That's not true, because every position is different. Every position has its own, it has its own job. And as a outside linebacker or as a defensive tackle, my job is not to have a six-pack. It is to fall on you and to break your nuts.
Well, and Hubbard, I'm not sure. I want to say he's an end, right? I think he's a defensive end.
He's a defense tackle.
Okay, there you go. I mean,
that big fella ain't meant to run for more than 40 yards. Big fella giving you 12
yards.
That's what I'm saying.
He'll run 40 yards after an ice cream truck on a hot day, maybe.
Yeah, in July.
No, April max.
Big fella was moving. Move, big fella. And then Mark Andrews looked like he died after he fell. Like, he was like, "Thank you for pushing me."
He died a small death.
I had nothing left. Like, he's like, ah.
That was Whitney Houston with the national anthem.
No.
Shout out to Mark Andrews.
Like a 5-yard slide there.
Like I said, this is at the 11:45 mark. The game ended right here, 24-17. That was the final score.
Yep.
The Ravens had the game won. If they scored on that play, the Bengals were going to give them the ball again. Like, they really had the game. That was the game.
Yeah, but that's why play calling is so important too. And time management means so much more than people realize.
J.K. Dobbins was hot. He was hot last night and was like, "I need the ball. They need to give me the ball more. And if Lamar was here, we would have won." Ooh. That's what he said. Yikes.
Is that what he said?
That is actually what he said. Yeah. Not even a preface.
Welp.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's a
all right. Ro?
Yo.
Well, George, actually, go ahead and go ahead and cue that beautiful bean footage of Miss Ro in her element as a sports fan.
Oh, goodness. You gotta show me this stuff before you.
No. That's why I was like, yeah.
You already got me to ugly cry now. I have to watch footage of myself.
Yeah. You get footage. Here's Ro.
We better not show that again.
Here's Ro. So this was yesterday at Wildfire Row.
Yes.
There we go.
Please don't ever show that again.
Oh, that's on the fan minute today. Yeah, let it play. Let it. Yeah,
No.
you let it play. Here it is.
No. Oh.
Oh, Ro's ready. She's ready. Ro was the talk of the night. So this is the final play. This is 4th and 8.
It was the red football pants.
This is 4th and 8. Watch Ro, hands on head. She's into it. Completely engaged. And the fans go crazy. Ro's so excited. You never get to see yourself cheer though.
I don't ever want to see it again.
No, like look at you. You're a little kid. Ro's like, oh, give me a 5, Josh. I was like, girl, I'm holding the camera. I gotta document this. I can't give you a 5 right now. But absolutely, absolutely great time with the fans yesterday. Had a great time with Ro. Ro actually got me about 4 drinks deep, so for me,
Ro's a good time. Ro's a great fucking time. Ro's like rolling Mardi Gras. Show me your titties and here's a drink.
Oh my goodness! But the Giants did what we said they were going to do, and Kirk.
And what did I say? I never ever call a Giants game because I'm not that confident. I'm always surprised when we win too. But I said to Josh, they're going to light their asses up. They're going to light those Viking asses up. And they did. And they sent them down the river like a proper Viking funeral. So fuck you. But I have one question. Seriously. No, and this is a football question.
Okay.
Why did Kirk Cousins throw for 3 yards, do a 3-yard check down on a 4th and 8? Can somebody
to the tight end, like it wasn't even to a cheetah. Like, I'm gonna throw it to the big fella and pray the big fella does some work.
On a 4th and 8 at the end of the game, I'm like, what are you doing? But I'm so glad he did do it, though. Daniel Jones played an almost practically flawless game. I was so proud of him. Isaiah Hodgins balled the fuck out. Saquon balled the fuck out. You know what? And I'm not just saying it because it sounds good, but I really mean this. If we do nothing even if we didn't win yesterday, I am so proud of this team, how far they've come in 1 year. 1 year.
1 year, 2 coaches.
I mean, think of the nightmares that we've had between Ben McAdoo, Benny with the good hair, Pat Shurmur, Joe Judge. Like,
oh God, Joe Judge.
I can't. Like,
Joe Judge was a sad state of affairs. I'm sorry. That's coming as a Redskins fan too.
Do you see this PTSD?
It was bad.
Back?
Yeah, that Joe Judge
but I'm
was
so
bad.
proud of this team, and I'm so proud of my boys for what they've done. Even if they didn't win yesterday, listen, the Eagles. That's going to be, Lord have mercy. I'm scared to play the Eagles. And you know what though? God be with these boys, but I'm so happy. They all balled out. They all played such an exceptional game. Dabs was such, oh my God, he's such a good coach. And Big Daddy Wink did it for the D. I am so happy all around. I woke up today with such a big smile on my face. And I don't know. I mean, Kirk is going to Kirk too. So when we found out that they're frauds, right? So
Captain Kirker's folded like a cheap suit under the lights. Again, I told her not to worry. Playoff Kirk he didn't give up a pick in the last drive because I said it was going to be an interception. They just stopped him. But let's quickly talk because I'm going to give Ro her time because she actually has to talk to an Eagles fan before we get off air today. So
yes.
That will be right after this. But let's talk about Kirk Cousins for just a moment. $231,669,486 is how much he has made in 11 seasons playing in the NFL. He has won a playoff win. Kirk Cousins is the new Sam Bradford. I steal money, I don't win. And as I mentioned before with Haloti
Russell
Nada,
Wilson.
he has a Super Bowl
Yeah,
and went to another.
I'm just kidding.
Like, you know what I mean?
I'm just kidding.
Got it. We want to hate on him, but his record
I
is
actually
something.
love Russell. I do.
He should buy Haloti Nada a new house every single year. Because as I mentioned before, Haloti Nada is who injured RG3. If RG3 never
Can you
gets
get
hurt,
off his nuts?
No, wait. No. But I'm serious because remember when he got hurt, Kirk came in. Kirk played like a game or two, and then RG3 limped back out there with that brace.
Because RG3 was such a breakthrough talent that he would have actually done something with his career either way.
RG3 was. Are we really not going to talk about 2012?
You shit on Eli Manning all day. You're gonna propel this jerk off. Come on.
No. Anyway, Kirk Cousins, we would have never seen him had it not been for Haloti Nada. That's really all I was going to say about that. I'll yield my time.
A blessing wrapped in a curse, huh?
I'll yield my time to both. Oh, okay, go ahead. We got Kirk Chains.
Kirk Chains.
Go ahead.
No, he just wanted to listen into your guys' conversation. He said, "What you guys say about me
Look
making
at him. Look at him.
200?"
He's like the
God.
white shock G. Look at him.
Oh my God, that's such a sad story. George, do you have the post that Rose sent of the Eagle fan?
Yes, I do.
All right, we'll go ahead and pull that up. So Rose
Trigger warning.
Yeah, big time. This is what is wrong with sports fans. I'll say
playing
that.
The Buccaneers or the Cowboys, who I kind of wanted to play just so we could get back at their fucking team. We had to play the New York Giants, who we last beat 48-22, which was the worst thing to happen in New York since their Twin Towers went down. And we're about to get our revenge and beat them a third time next week. New York, you're going fucking down.
What's this
Let's
kid's
go.
handle?
It's Jackson Slap. I looked up his TikTok. I'll pull it up. He has since removed this post.
Oh, that's all right. I'll tell you why he's removed this post because that child has never even seen a vagina his entire life. I'll say that right now.
He's since removed it.
Yeah. We'll start with that.
He's full Philly. Do you want to watch another one of these?
No, because
No.
I have a lot to say without watching any more of his shit.
I'll yield my time. Go ahead, Ro.
So this character that looks like he's the love child of Deputy Dog and Jack Harlow probably wasn't even born until after 9/11. So I'm gonna, we can talk football, but this is why Philly has the shittiest motherfucking fan base. You want filth? I'm gonna give you some filth because I'm gonna read all of yous for filth. Philly has the worst fan base by far. I mean, we joke about Dallas, but Dallas fans are very respectful for the most part, would never say anything like this. This kid said that the Giants, when we play them, we're going to, us losing, if we do lose to them, will be the next worst thing next to 9/11 and the Twin Towers coming down. I'm going to say this. I lost friends in 9/11, and I have friends that lost friends and half their families in 9/11. I dare you fucking prick to go to any one of the 5 boroughs and say what you did, tough guy. Or go to Jersey and say what you did, tough guy. Actually, come to Vegas and say it to me. Because, you have to be taught a lesson, and I hope this embarrasses you. I hope this is embarrassing for your family as well. Because that's the one thing. There are just some things you don't touch. You can talk about X's and O's all day. You can talk about how shitty the Giants have been. You can say whatever you want about football. When it comes to stuff like this, you see, this is why, people like me say this newer generation, they don't respect anything. And it's because of shit like this. I dare you to go to any one of those 5 boroughs and say what you have to say, just like you said it in that video. I don't care that you took it down. You put it up. And I'm never going to, if I ever see you, God help you if you cross paths with me.
On
and
site.
that's all I'm going to say. And let's talk about Philly fans, too. I mean, aside from all the women looking like they're in a Frank Zappa lookalike contest with those mustaches, we forget what this filthy fucking base does. When T.O. left, they put a gorilla suit in a coffin and sent it down the river. There's a little girl that won a scavenger hunt during halftime once, and they booed a little girl because she wasn't fast enough or quick enough. They're awful people. You guys are like the hillbillies of the East Coast. Nobody likes you. And fuck the Liberty Bell. Fuck all of yous, okay? And I say that. And
Not
especially
F the Liberty Bell.
And your monument to a fake athlete. How's that?
Leave Rocky Balboa's name out your mouth.
Rocky Marciano's a real boxer. Rocky Balboa wasn't.
Oh, if you guys could ever I think we might actually start doing like a pre-show because our pre-show is just ignorance, but I probably still wouldn't do it because it's funny. So when I sat down and watched the first half of the Chargers and the Chargers Jags game, and I think there was another game before that too that I was watching with one of our fans that follows. It's funny because people actually meet me and they see what kind of fan I am and like how ignorant I really am in real life.
We're funny though.
Well, but Ro knows me in real life, and this version of myself that I give to you guys is not always.
So I'm gonna ask Georgie
the real
this.
version.
Well, Josh, I'm gonna ask you this, and Georgie, I'm gonna ask you this. When you first saw the video, what was your visceral initial feeling after watching it?
Well, for me, it was 9/11 was a tragedy. It was an American tragedy. That was a global tragedy. That wasn't just a New York story. I'm from D.C. and the Pentagon got, where the actually I have some conspiracy theories on that, but where the plane went into the Pentagon, that actually was the wing of my aunt. My aunt worked at the Pentagon, and my aunt and her husband, who was a police officer at that time, mysteriously took the day off. So
okay, but let's not get into that. The whole point is, how did you feel when you saw this video?
Like I said, it was a national tragedy. That's not something, you don't ever bring that kind of stuff into it. You can say whatever you want about New York.
You can say your mom is fat. You can say this, that's
yeah. You can, I mean, listen, you can talk about the Hudson River. We can talk about the tolls. We can talk about whatever you want with New Yorkers.
We can talk about how disgusting the Bronx is too.
You leave the Bronx. Why is the Bronx always your bet? Like, I'm getting on Staten Island before I get on the Bronx.
No, you leave Staten Island alone. I'm telling you that. You know why? Because men from the Bronx sleep with their jeans on. That's the singular reason why.
So do I. It happens. You fall asleep. It happens. Go ahead,
Musty
Jordan.
ass.
Oh no! Like that's just a sports fan who just doesn't understand that like. Shit like this can get out. You know what I mean? Like there's a couple of these stories every year where like somebody really crosses a line and then everyone groups together like outside of sports and says like, dude, like, you gotta fucking pump the brakes.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt. I watched it and I was like, damn, man. Like some people, especially kids that weren't born around that time, and I was 3 when it happened.
Wow.
But I'm like, yeah, like it. People are just stupid, ruthless. And I think, too, it goes behind the whole Philly fan like mentality where it's like he knows that every Philly fan has his back. And that's like the part where you're like, shit, Are Philly fans going to revolt against him? And that's where like a good fan base would probably tell him, hey, pump the brakes. But I think Philly fans probably were just like,
Totally.
Yeah,
I mean,
brother,
like, listen,
shit like that.
Like Cowboys fans, they're annoying for a whole nother reason. But I have to tell you, anytime I've been to Arlington to AT&T Stadium for a game, they are the nicest people. And you guys know me. I can't stand the whole organization, but I have to tell you, the Dallas fans in Dallas are always so nice. Okay, it's only the ones that are from Jersey and New York that are the brill
and DC. Legit.
But right now it's just about football. You cross a line.
People died.
But this is why you've maintained this. It's not even a stereotype. It's facts. You guys are fucking filth. And you know what? We may not beat you next weekend, but I guarantee you, nobody likes yous.
Nobody likes you, and we don't want you here. All right, let's go ahead and shift gears over to the NBA. We're going to take a quick current look at the standings in the NBA. Starting off in the Eastern Conference, Boston on top of the entire league currently with a 32-12 record. The Celtics have continued to play well. Jason Tatum and the baby hair is in the midst of an MVP type season. Really excited to see what they end up doing. Brooklyn, actually, with that late surge, is now second in the Eastern Conference at 27-15.
Are they second now?
Yeah.
Wow.
27-15. Kevin Durant is now down, though, with that sprained MCL. So it was right when they were starting to get themselves right. He's down for a month. So can Kyrie keep it together, hold down the fort, over the next 3 weeks to see if they can kind of come back? Because now, I mean, that's looking right into All-Star Weekend timeline. Go ahead, Ro.
No, I have a question for the both of you, actually. I'm curious. So I was speaking with a friend of mine on the East Coast, and he's like, I have no problem putting in bets for college basketball because the college players, as good as they are, they'll always be hungry because they're going and going and going. He goes, he's like, I feel like basketball players have become divas. He's like, I'm never comfortable betting on any team that currently has Harden on their roster, that has Kyrie on their roster, and LeBron on their roster. And I had to think about that. And I will say this, and again, I preface this with, I am a LeBron fan, but I will tell you, this is what separates him and Kobe. One of the things that separates those two gentlemen, and I think LeBron is a elite athlete, once in a lifetime talent. I will tell you, he feeds off the energy of his team a lot. And so if it feels like his team isn't giving their all, I have seen LeBron become a little lackadaisical. When his team's on fire and they're giving him that energy that he is showing, he'll sink 60 on them. I mean, he is something else. But I feel like there's a very valid point. Do you guys agree with that?
He goes up and down. He does that a lot.
Do you feel like these are basketball divas?
Well, go ahead, George.
Yeah, no, they just gotta. The power is shifted, where it's like really the players are able to manipulate a coach into running certain systems,
manipulate a situation.
Yeah, manipulate a situation. I think LeBron's manipulated a situation in the negative. I mean, Kobe went through the shitty teams. He built up young talent, and it made it more fun. You know what I mean? Nothing's fun about the Lakers right now.
What did Kobe say? Kobe said,
You're right.
If they can watch you, if the league can watch you win championships, the league can watch you lose and not make the playoffs. Like, you have to be able to do both. You can't just cut bait every time something gets tough. Something gets tough, I leave. Something gets tough in Miami, I leave.
You know what's really interesting? Keyshawn Johnson said, I think it was Keyshawn Johnson. I don't know if it was him or if it was Kendrick Perkins, but they see LeBron as a carpetbagger. They're like, the Lakers are just leasing him. We don't consider him a real Laker. We just considered him as hired talent. And I really had to sit on that.
He is.
And to me, I'm like, I can see how they think that.
Because remember, the Lakers always need a marquee star. They do. They're the Lakers. They can't. They went through that period with Eddie George and Nick Van Exel, and they're not really having a marquee star. They've always needed a marquee star, and so when Kobe turned it over, and then it was the young guys again, they were able to go out and get LeBron, and now we're back to having a star.
Well, I think LeBron wants to be Kobe really badly. I think that's just what it is. I think, but there's such a big difference. I mean, the more I watch him play, the more differences I see. You know what made Kobe especially lethal? When they were in slumps, he fed off that shit. He didn't let it get to him. He
gonna end it right now.
No, he used that as he used it as fuel to be like, with every game they would lose, he fed off of it, and it made him work harder. He used to look at the team and be like, "You always better be in the gym at 5:30 tomorrow morning."
Like me, because I'm gonna be here. I might be here at 4.
And he's gonna leave at the end. He's the last one to leave, which I haven't LeBron is special, but he's not Kobe to me.
And so if he's not Kobe, how is he Jordan? But anyway, we're about to get on.
He's not because Jordan had the same thing in him.
We about to get into a whole nother tangent.
But I respect LeBron, but he's not Kobe, and he's definitely not Jordan.
Yeah. Milwaukee lurking in the weeds at third, 27-16. The Bucs. You can say what you want. You don't want to play the Bucs when it comes to the playoffs, and
nope.
and Giannis is able to carry the ball 75 times a game.
I love Giannis.
I do too. Philly, they're 27-16, but they ain't never gonna get right. So it is what it is. Cleveland, 27-17 in 5th place, and quietly a team getting back Ricky Rubio after a year and some change off. They could be extremely dangerous when it comes to the playoffs. The New York Knicks, 25-19 in 6th place, not ahead of the play-in situation, and
they'll fuck it up. Don't worry.
Well, look, even still, as much as we talk trash about the Knicks through all the noise and shade, they're in 6th place, and they're right.
And they're holding
right in the mix
steady. They're playing as consistent.
Yeah, they're right in the mix of it. I'll just mention my Wizards because we're 12th and we're trash, and we're a half game out of the play-in, and we're also like 5 games out of probably getting the French alien. So
we didn't talk about the Tampa Bay Dallas game tonight. What are we?
Oh, as far as football, my bad. I sure didn't. I didn't even put that in.
Georgie, I want to know your thoughts too.
Oh, I told you guys last week. I am not going. I'm going down with the ship. I'm going down with the Brady ship. They're plus 2,400 right now. So like I'm contemplating.
What?
Plus 2,400?
Yes, to win in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. I'm like,
Not tonight. Not tonight.
Oh.
Not
I
tonight.
know. Josh and I were like, wait a second.
I was like, did somebody come and lay billions on the Cowboys?
I was like, what happened? What happened in the last hour and a half?
Right?
What happened?
What kind of line is that? I was like, Cowboys plus 16. Like, shoot.
Like, who's making the line? Cuba Gooding Jr.? Like, who's doing it? What's going on?
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Yeah. So no, it's plus 2,400 for the Bucs to win the Super Bowl. I'm contemplating. I'm like, do I put the money I would put down tonight, money line, on them to beat the Cowboys, or do I just go like full?
I have them at money line. I have
them.
them at money line as part of my parlay. If they win tonight, I win my parlay.
That's good stuff.
Nice. But yeah, no, I'm taking them. I'm taking Brady.
Attaboy.
Like I said, the turnover luck that the Cowboys have had this year, like if it's not in their favor, the game's close
or bad.
I always reference when they played the Texans and the Texans almost beat them.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I think that's like the true Cowboys right there because that was them trying their hardest.
But look at again when they played the Commanders, they what they did. I mean,
Sorry.
it wasn't just Dak. There was no running game, which usually is explosive with Tony Pollard. Has been. The play calling was like Jason Garrett was back on. I think that tonight, I think that Mike McCarthy is he's going to Mike McCarthy.
He's gonna mess it up.
I think it's going to be a time management thing again.
I mean, look, I was telling George and John this in the back before the show. It really comes down to the Cowboys, both in terms of their team morale and then also in terms of just who they have as players. I feel like they have a very soft team, and I heard Rex Ryan talking about this after the Commanders game, and their team, if this game is not going well. Like in terms of both, offensively, if they're not playing well offensively in the first half, this game could get out of hand. If the game is tight or the Bucs are losing, then the game is going to be interesting or the Cowboys are going to win. So to me, it's like because if Dallas goes down, they lay down. They don't fight. They don't keep fighting.
This is when Dallas is dangerous. When they have a third quarter momentum shift, even a third down by a score or two. I've always noticed that when there's a huge momentum shift, either it's a shitty call by a ref, or they get a big first down, or they get a sack in, or something happens where it shifts the momentum in the third quarter. They almost always win. So I think that the third quarter in any Dallas game is very, very important. And what worries me about the Bucs, who I am pulling for, I never thought I'd pull for Tom Brady, but what worries me is their offense hasn't been explosive. And their defense, when it has kept them in the game, in any game, it's the only thing. And it's been by a hair plug. So, I think Tampa Bay is going to win, but I think they have to be careful of the third quarter momentum shift. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
I will predict this. I just thought about this.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons will throw his helmet at least once tonight.
Oh.
I'm calling it now. It's going to be like a Micah Parsons isn't going to get a holding call in a key moment. He's going to fucking 23-year-old. Why isn't the world?
Is he going to work out in a crop top?
He's definitely pregame.
Pre-game top.
Showing the muffin top.
Because he's an elite athlete, right? That, I mean, you would, because, according to Georgie, they should all be like Ivan Drago.
No. Zeke's the only guy that I think deserves oxygen coming off a 2-yard carry.
It's the septum ring crop top combo for me.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's not a very good look for any man. Just saying.
For any man.
All right, so moving back on to the NBA Western Conference quickly. Denver is 30-13, so they're second in the league total. But leading the way through a balanced scoring attack, they have 4 starters row that are all averaging over 16 a game. Like, that's crazy. That's pretty solid. But George has some highlights for the number 2 seed, and that is the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis is 29-13, and we're going to watch some of Ja Morant's highlights of the year so far.
Morant against McConnell. Pick and roll. Morant.
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness, yeah.
That is absolute disgust.
Hot, get you all in tech.
Jackhammer. Look how far back he cocks it.
Sick.
Look at throw it back to the free throw line
Oh.
and then come back and put
This
it
is
down.
the angle, though. This right here. Oh, no.
Wow.
Injure whole night.
And popped right back up.
We'll watch one more. This is from last year's playoffs. Oh, my God, versus Minnesota.
They're an exciting team to watch.
They are. They really, really are. And then also, Ja Morant has his new shoe. We haven't talked about his new shoe
I haven't seen it.
air. Oh, okay, good. Well, perfect. Some people haven't seen it, and I made sure to take care of George. So
Let me see.
George has the shoe. So this is his new shoe, Rose Face.
Oh my God! I'd rather wear a maxi pad on my feet.
Oh my God. Well, look. Well, Ja played in a lot of Kevin Durant's. He's played in Kevin Durant's shoe.
Those are just ugly.
And then he also played in some Kobe's. So it kind of blends the low top Kobe and then the Kevin Durant with the strap. And
you
then
could tell me that's what Zeus wore. I still won't like them.
Well, okay. I'll say this with the colorways. See that first colorway to me was a little weird, but it's
I'm a
kids are
sucker for
wearing the
anything
colorful
baby
stuff.
blue. No, and I don't mind the colors. I think that looks like rainbow bright. I like the baby blue though. I think if it was like gray with the blue and white, maybe. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the shape of it.
It's right. The first colorway has a few too many colors. You know what I mean? Like it's a rainbow, like you said.
What's that on the back? Is that like a cheetah pattern?
No. It says I am 12.
Oh, that is so ugly.
So
Oof.
his number, it's got his signature in the back a little bit, and then I do like the way Nike is doing like the flared swoosh now, where the swoosh,
I love the flared
swoosh comes off the shoe. They did that with the dunk ambush.
They started that with the Travis Scotts though.
No, actually the dunk ambush is the one that did it first.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I wanted them. I was like, oh my God, those are
No,
dope.
I really like that. I do.
Yeah.
That's like probably the only component. And I like
That
the
you do
baby
like.
blue. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm interested to see what some of the new colorways
I need Nike
look
to come up with a Peggy Bundy shoe.
a heel pump.
No, well, Nike's had wedges. I have Nike wedges. But like maybe like a jersey edition. Even Peggy Bundy, because she's Chicago, nobody really cares. But like a jersey Nike, like that's like all leopard. It's like red leopard and like the regular cheetah print, but like all animal prints. But that's just a jersey Jordan line.
It's leopard, Holmes.
It's leopard.
Up next, the New Orleans Pelicans are 26-17, but again with Zion going down with the hamstring and all that kind of stuff, I still truthfully I don't trust the Pelicans. I don't think they're going to really do much in the playoffs.
Pelican.
Pelican fly. But the surprise, I did not realize the Sacktown, the Sacramento Kings are in 4th place at 24-18.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
So they've been playing well. De'Aaron Fox is playing amazing, and Sabonis' boy is with the big head. He's out there rocking it.
It's so funny because when you think about the California teams, they're really like, if they even come to mind, they're always last.
It's been true. It's not even a lie. Dallas is in 5th place at 24-21, and the Clippers 23-22, one game above 500, and still haven't really even played with their collection of their roster to this point.
Question for the both of you: who's your favorite player in the NBA right now? I know who you're going to say.
Jason Tatum, without a doubt.
I knew you were going to say that.
He's a Celtics fan.
No, but I mean, he's in my top 5 right now.
In terms of excitement, like who I enjoy watching.
No, who do you love? Just as a fan.
It's different for me now, girl. Like it's different when you've been in it. It's different. It's not. I don't look at it the same.
I'm sorry, James Worthy. Go on.
Oh my God. But you don't like okay. It's the game after you like coaching and everything else. It'll just never be what it ever was for me. It's hard. And then also you get older. It's hard for me to cheer like.
Is it Kyle Kuzma? You could just say that.
I hate you. No, it's not Kyle in the pink sweater. I'll tell you that.
With his Crocs.
It probably would be Ja Morant or As much as Giannis be messing around, I do enjoy watching Giannis too.
I love watching Giannis. It's the Luka for me though. It's the Luka.
Oh yeah, and Luka too.
It's the Luka, Giannis, Tatum. Those are my top 3 right now.
Okay, all right, that's not bad.
I'll throw in a Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell's been playing lights fucking out.
You'll never catch the Cavs on a prime time. Maybe like a Wednesday at 5, you'll get lucky. But when he played for the Jazz, man, I think he got a fair like shake of prime time basketball that the world knows him. I hope the Cavs make some noise.
You know what? I think they will because now he's signed there. He signed there long term. So next season they'll definitely get more games for sure.
Who do you think is the most entertaining basketball player of all time? Entertaining. I'm not talking about best. I'm not like who would always just put on a show.
Jordan, and then Rodman.
I was gonna say Rodman and Bill Laimbeer and AI for me.
Yeah, AI. But in terms of like, you don't know what he's gonna do next, and then he always performs. Jordan, Kobe, like those guys, like LeBron. Like LeBron's gonna have games where it's like he ain't give me one highlight that night. He might still end up with 28, but it was free throws and some layups. But it wasn't always exciting.
I like seeing Bill Laimbeer throw his elbow on people's necks and say, "What foul?"
Yeah. But I mean, Dennis Rodman,
John Sally put on the show too.
The flair, kicking his leg up whenever he's getting a rebound, like kind of bringing.
Charles Barkley and Shaq were fucking fun to watch though too.
Yeah, for sure.
Shaq'd us.
How did you get so many cues? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But Lakers, the Lakers are 19, 20, and 24, 2 games out of the play-in. And last night's game, they had another sad
against
moment.
The 76ers. It's like they can't beat them. They've lost to them, I think, the last 6 times they've played them. And they lost by 1 point.
Let's go ahead and roll this beautiful bean footage. Oh, Russ. Oh, Russ.
Going for it. Westbrook lost it. Gets it back.
Okay, where you going, Russ? LeBron just walks off. Like, LeBron's just like, whatever.
But it's things like that.
Look at LeBron. Watch LeBron. I'm sorry. I looked at Rose's face. I'm sorry. Ro, what? I don't even know where to go from here. This is your team. We've talked about it. We've talked about them.
Yeah.
They're only 2 games out of the play-in, so guys have fought back.
It doesn't matter. They're going to do the same thing they did last year. They made the play-in last year, and if they were to scrap their way out of the play-in and actually make it to the playoffs, I think they're going to get swept. They are playing at, in my opinion, at such an atrocious level. I don't remember a season that I was barely watching the Lakers. And you guys know how I love my sports. And it's an escape from me of everything, no matter what's happening in the world. I watch other teams more than I watch the Lakers.
Yeah, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot.
That's saying a whole lot for me. I'm so disgusted with this whole fucking team. I'm sorry. I know I'm cursing way too much today, but the Lakers to me are such a they're so complacent. Just watching Bron walk off the way he did right now encapsulates how he feels about the team, about how a lot of fans are feeling about this team. I don't even care if they make the play-in until they actually show some effort. And remember, nobody gives it to my teams more than I do. I'm going to tell you, and this is a prime example, they don't deserve to play against a Celtics team. They don't deserve to play against the Bucs. They don't deserve to play against Dallas. They don't deserve to play against Cleveland.
Golden State.
The Grizzlies. Yeah. So I'm sorry. They need to do better as an organization and as a team.
All right. Before we get out, we can talk briefly about the French Open. French Open started last night. Djokovic is finally having his comeback in Australia. Last year had the visa get stripped, and I was like, nice, good, because I hate Djokovic. I'm a Nadal man. Nadal hopefully can.
Nadal's a man.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Nadal's a man.
I love Rafa. Vamos, Rafa. I'm hoping that Rafa can win the Australian Open this year, create a little bit more space. And on the women's side, can Coco Gauff finally get over the hump and not only get to a final but win one. So, I'm excited.
She just needs to break that mental barrier. I think that when she doesn't, honestly, I think Naomi Osaka just pulling out of everything, it may give her that little extra boost because they're friends, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm rooting for Coco. We'll see.
All right, and George, we've got the poster. Your boy is heading to Brazil, UFC 283. My guy, Jamal Sweet Dreams Hill. He is on top billing. He is fighting for the light heavyweight championship of the world, and I could not be more thrilled for him. Super excited to go out there. Praying for him, praying for a win, but praying also for his health. Also, the other fight is Figueiredo versus Moreno. And that is, I believe, their third. I'm pretty sure this is their fourth time fighting. Good Lord, I was saying 3. So this one is for all the marbles, hopefully for those two guys. So we'll see. It should be a really, really good card. And apparently, according to both Ode Osborne as well as John Orlando in the studio, I'm going to make sure I don't get robbed. So I'm not going to go to the same place twice. And
do everything you can to keep your internal organs intact, please.
Ro doesn't want me to, have a nip tuck moment where I'm waking up with a
bathtub full of ice.
With a tape recorder taped to my chest. Like you're alive. Make sure you get to a hospital. your kidney is no longer with you. Rose face.
You're laughing.
Well, I'll be out there. I'm bringing the Xbox, so I'll be out there just chilling. I'll be at the beach and then playing Madden.
Because they can't rob you at the beach?
I mean, but I'll be playing Madden too. It is what it is.
He's going to Brazil. He's going to Brazil to play Madden.
Hey, look, I'll be in Brazil. Listen, okay? I got Okay, sure. I want to like maybe capitalize the fan part. Like,
Maybe we do this offline.
All right, sure. See you guys.